Have you read a story in the Draoithe Saga and come away with a classic case of immersion after effect? Let me guess, there are questions which remain unanswered even as the magic expanded, adding another layer to the dream. The grand desire to turn the page to discover what happened next ended with the last leaf turned. If you're asking where the remedy for the book hangover is, you know the answer: read another story. But you aren't ready for the next tale, not yet. The dust needs to settle before you pick up the next volume. So you have found your way here. You aren't alone. Even the author can't get enough. As you hear this, Ophelia writes on. But allow me to offer you a possibility, a reflection on the tale you recently finished, and a way to revisit the story to ease the story blues. Welcome to the Draoithe Saga Afterparty. Warning, spoiler alerts ahead. Turn back now if you wish to read the story blind.
Welcome, listener. Today we're taking a deep dive into a world where, well, myths walk among us, and magic is a very tangible force.
Exactly, but this isn't your typical fantasy story. We're digging into Ophelia Key's Still Waters, the opening tale in her Shadowed Dreams miniseries.
Right, and it gives this really profound look at how intense personal trauma can actually forge extraordinary new beginnings.
It really does. What's so fascinating, I think, is how the narrative blends paranormal romance, magical realism, and urban fantasy. It all comes together to explore what it, truly means to find your place in a reality that's far stranger than you could ever imagine.
Okay.
And just a fair warning to you listening, this material, it does delve into mature themes. We're talking fantasy, violence, explicit situations. It's definitely intended for a mature audience.
So be prepared for a truly immersive experience, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let's unpack this.
So let's start with the world itself. Draoithe. What kind of realm are we talking about here, and why is its balance so important to the whole saga?
Well, Draoithe is described as a dream to live for. It's a place where myths, legends, fairy tales, they walk among the strange and wonderful. It's a world where ancient magic is alive again, and it's constantly seeking balance. Often this happens through the idea of life mates.
Life mates.
In the bigger picture, the Draoithe Saga, its goal is to tell the story of the founding of an immortal kingdom in the Lane Deal, which is this ancient, powerful, magical plane,
right,
specifically to combat forces that are trying to, unbalance the dream's magic.
So this world isn't just some passive backdrop.
Not at all. It's a living, breathing entity, something that needs protecting.
And the story grounds this huge conflict, this magical war, in a surprisingly specific place. Tyler, Texas. Though maybe it's near future or alternate. The year's given as 016X.
Yeah, that detail anchors it in a recognizable reality, which makes the supernatural elements even more striking.
Let's talk about our journey's start then, with Sophia Damato. She really embodies this idea of unexpected transformation. What's her initial situation? It's pretty devastating, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Sophia begins as a humanist yoga instructor. Very much a realist, believes only what she can see.
Grounded.
Very. Then her world is just violently shattered. She's kidnapped from the streets and forced to participate in Peter Elliott's illegal medical testing. And these tests mixed drugs and magic.
Oh, God.
This horror transforms her into a wolf shifter. The process is so brutal, the text says she faced the fade. She actually desired death, oblivion over this new monstrous reality she was forced into.
Wow.
Yeah, she refused food, water, just wanted to drift away and leave a broken body and her destroyed life behind.
That transformation is just harrowing. The author doesn't just say she changed. You feel that terror of losing your sense of self. How does the writing make that so visceral? It's more than just the physical change, right?
Exactly. It's like this multi-sensory assault described. Her body changing, these new powerful instincts flooding her mind, and her whole worldview just shattering.
Yeah.
It's less like learning something new and more like her perception of reality itself is being violently rewired. This kind of deep information overload is a terrifying trauma. She has to confront a reality that just completely contradicts everything she's ever believed, leaves her totally adrift.
And then we have our other central character, Levi Tykander.
Yeah.
A Finn knight. Tell us about him.
Right, Levi. He comes from a very different background. His society is isolated. His people are water dependent. They actually have gills.
Gills, wow.
Yeah, they can re-energize in water, but they're sensitive to silver. He's been a soldier for 3 centuries, known for speed, silence. Drowning is apparently his specialty.
Intense.
Very. He operates under this really strict code of honor and duty. It's a path he walked by choice since coming of age.
Levi sounds like the absolute epitome of disciplined duty. But in a world with magic and ancient beings, how does that concept of chivalry or duty change? Or even break down? What puts him on the path to Draoithe?
That's a great question, because his initial quest is driven by traditional duty, but his journey in Draoithe forces him to completely redefine it.
How so?
Well, he's initially on a mission to find his betrothed, Inari. She's a promised one in an arranged match, something that would secure his career path.
Arrangement.
Exactly. But he gets the worst possible news. Inari perished tragically among other immoral victims in the sinister barn outside Dallas, held by the same Peter Elliott who tortured Sophia.
The same man.
The very same. She was apparently too long from the water and was tragically dissolving.
Oh, that's horrific. So his original mission ends in tragedy.
It does, but that's where his inherent code of chivalry kicks in differently. He feels compelled by honor to rescue the remaining captives from Elliott's barn.
And that's what leads him to seek help from this new immortal kingdom, Draoithe.
Precisely. Draoithe is newly established, keeping a low profile, but it's definitely a growing force.
Who's running it?
It's led by Luke Oendez, the Dire Wolf King. He's described as a Dairurek, basically a very magically potent overlord, capable of using powerful druid magic.
So a serious player.
Oh yeah. And this isn't just one type of being, it's an alliance. You've got formidable bear shifters, Valravni, who are mercenaries with their own strict code of honor.
Interesting.
Dragons, including a lord of dragons named Ash, and other powerful figures like Fuego, who handles war council duties and banking.
Banking.
Among dragons.
Apparently. And even vampires with teleportation abilities. What unites them isn't just power, it's this shared purpose against common threats, like Elliott.
It sounds like a true melting pot of supernatural power. So what happens when Levi, this traditional Finn knight from an isolated society, walks into this world?
Well, surprisingly, upon arrival, Levi feels Draoithe is like the great halls of the Finns. He gets this unexpected sense of home.
Really? Despite the differences. Yeah, and when he explains the situation, mentions the name Elliott, the Draoithe leaders, Luke, Javier, and Fox, who's a Ruriri, another powerful ancient shifter type, like a chieftain, they instantly recognize the threat.
They know him.
They do. They immediately confirm they'll help. And Levi feels this immense weight lifted from his shoulders. He realizes he's found the best hope.
So this rescue mission isn't just about saving lives. It's the moment these two very different paths, Sophia's and Levi's, finally collide.
Absolutely. It's the crucible. When Levi actually rescues Sophia from her cage, she feels this immediate connection. It's exhilarating, but also really confusing for her.
How does she describe him?
She sees him as both a man and water at the same time, notes his beautiful aquamarine eyes, silvery white hair, and of course his gills.
And Levi, what does he feel?
He feels this unprecedented pull. He says, "The water wants you, my magic pulls you to me, it's never happened before."
Wow.
And Sophia's wolf instincts, they instantly recognize him as her life mate.
Okay, this life mate idea, it's an instant connection. Is that just a way to speed up the romance, or does it serve a deeper purpose here? Maybe in the magic system or for their growth?
That's a really crucial point. It feels immediate, but it's not simplistic. This life-mate bond seems to be a deep magical imperative in this world, maybe tied to the balance of Draoithe itself.
So it has consequences.
Definitely. For Sophia, it's like an anchor in her incredibly chaotic new reality. And for Levi, it directly challenges his rigid sense of duty and forces him to confront what real connection means beyond just an arranged obligation to Inari.
Makes sense. So Sophia is rescued, but she's deeply traumatized. What happens next for her at Draoithe?
She undergoes some intensive healing. There's a sorceress who removes the poison Elliott used, and a dreamwalker helps stabilize her magic. But she really struggles, reconciling her former humanity with her present existence.
Yeah, that internal conflict.
She questions this new immortal reality, wonders if she's just a burden to Levi now.
That transformation, it's not just plot, is it? It feels like a deep exploration of identity when everything's stripped away. How does the author make that struggle resonate? Feeling like a burden, questioning your own existence.
She does it incredibly well by focusing on Sophia's internal thoughts, her initial desire for oblivion, for the fade. It's a really powerful portrayal of someone grappling with a fundamental, unwanted change to their very being.
Yeah.
That fear of being a burden speaks to that universal terror of losing yourself, becoming unrecognizable, even to people who care about you. It's very relatable, even in this fantastical context.
And Levi. He's got these burgeoning feelings for Sophia, but he's also dealing with the loss of Inari, the end of the life he'd planned. How does he work through that? What helps him see the difference between duty and, well, real connection?
It's a nuanced journey for him, too. The text shows his commitment to Inari was, well, more about fulfilling an ideal, securing his career through this arranged match, not really deep personal love.
Oh.
He actually confesses later, I was in love with the idea of Inari and me together, rather than being in love with Inari.
That's quite an admission.
It is. And Sophia's presence really catalyzes this realization. It allows him to consciously choose to resign his Finn knighthood. He's careful to state he's not an oathbreaker. His service was voluntary. His commander released him.
So he's free to choose a new path.
Exactly. He accepts sanctuary and a new role at Draoithe. Initially, it's kind of funny, aquatic sports manager.
Seriously? With gills, I guess it fits.
Right. But then it's revealed he's actually an under king, a Draoithe. That's a significant position.
Whoa, that's quite a leap. From sports manager to under king. How does the story justify that kind of dramatic shift in status and resources?
Well, it seems to speak to Draoithe's very pragmatic approach. They see Levi's skills, his honor, and critically, his unique connection to Sophia, who is clearly meant to be important.
Right, the life-mate bond again.
Yeah, so appointing him Draoithe isn't just giving him a job, it's integrating him deeply into the fabric of this powerful new society. It validates his choice to leave his old life for this deeper purpose. And it comes with power access to the kingdom's huge resources. The text mentions, current available funds exceed 700 million, managed by Fuego, the dragon banker.
700 million. Okay, that's definitely not just a sports manager gig.
Not quite.
So their connection, it deepens.
Very quickly. They share this profound kiss, and it leads to a unique mental linking. They can actually see each other's thoughts and feelings sometimes.
A mental link. Cool.
Yeah, and Levi fully identifies Sophia as his true life mate. That's where that great line comes in. Still waters are the sexiest waters, especially when they run deep.
That really feels like a major breakthrough moment for both of them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Finding this deep, unexpected connection right in the middle of all that chaos. And that, quote, still waters. It's more than just romantic, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It totally encapsulates this core idea that real power, profound connection often lies beneath a calm surface. You see it in individuals like Sophia. She has this immense inner strength despite her trauma. And you see it in the community of Draoithe itself, which operates quietly but holds this immense hidden influence.
So Sophia finds peace, belonging.
She does, at Draoithe, and with Levi. She starts to accept her new immortal nature, realizing it no longer had the negative connotation it had begun with.
That's huge for her.
It is. And Levi, he finds a new purpose too. Protecting Sophia, yes, but also joining forces with Draoithe to bring down Peter Elliot, their shared enemy.
So they both choose to embrace this new life, become part of Draoithe. I remember something about her old life maybe returning.
Yeah, Levi promises to talk to her about teaching yoga and meditation classes there, kind of echoing her former life, offering it as a place from which to build a new life. A nice touch.
It really is. Let's talk a bit more about Draoithe itself. It's presented as this place of healing, of strength.
Definitely. Luke, the Dire Wolf King, run the system where members band together as a family unit and contribute their talents to help wherever they can. It's explicitly called a sanctuary, a haven for immortals.
Built by magic.
Designed by magic, yes, specifically to balance life. There's this real emphasis on equality, individual contribution. It fosters critical thinking and adaptability. This community really embodies that still waters running deep metaphor, you know? Quietly building huge power and purpose.
Draoithe sounds like this amazing sanctuary almost too good to be true. Does the author hint at any underlying tensions or challenges within this eclectic shifter kingdom? Or is it just presented as this perfect haven?
That's a good point. While it's definitely positioned as a haven, the text does imply that its newness and its sheer diversity present challenges.
Like what?
Well, balancing so many powerful, different beings, dragons, vampires, all sorts of shifters under one leadership, even Luke's benevolent rule, must require constant effort. That critical thinking and adaptability they emphasize is probably essential for internal cohesion, too.
So the still waters metaphor applies internally as well?
I think so. It suggests those subtle but powerful internal dynamics needed to keep such a diverse family unit strong, especially when they're also facing serious external threats like Elliot. It's strong, but maybe not effortlessly perfect.
Right. So, wrapping up our deep dive into still waters, it really is a compelling story. survival, transformation, finding connection in the most unexpected ways.
Absolutely. Sophia and Levi's journey, it shows us how even when facing unimaginable trauma and loss, a new purpose, new love can emerge. And it doesn't just reshape their lives, it impacts the balance of this entire magical world.
It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? That sometimes the dream or the strange new reality you escape into is exactly where you're meant to be. It offers protection, sure, but also this chance to completely redefine what home and family mean.
Well said. And the narrative really highlights how profound wisdom and strength can often be found in those quiet, unassuming depths, just like the still waters themselves.
And thinking about their story leaves us with a really provocative thought, I think. If our greatest transformations often come from our deepest wounds, what hidden strengths might we uncover if we dare to step into a completely new, maybe even fantastical, reality? What stands out to weigh you, listener, about finding strength in that kind of profound connection in the most unexpected places?
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your support. For more, visit opheliakey.com. Welcome to the dream. Sincerely. Okay.